Welcome to Chris and Dan's show. Dan forgot to hit record, so we've already went through this about 2 minutes worth. But hey,
No,
nothing
it was
wrong
like
with
30 seconds.
nothing wrong with doing it twice, right? That's what
Yeah,
she
you
said.
get better.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we're gonna react to MC Hammer "Pray." Right, a while back, Dan wanted me to play him a rap song video that he hadn't heard. I'm almost certain he hasn't heard this one. Right, and this is a song I very much like. Um, Saw MC Hammer in concert twice. He performed this song. I
We're
think,
in Seattle.
yeah, in Tacoma.
Huh.
Um,
Tack
very good,
Town.
very good concert. Very
What you
entertaining.
know about the Tack Town?
But Dan said that he liked the song in our part one of this. Said he liked the song when he was young, 10. Can't touch this, right?
Of course, me and everyone else on the planet.
Right, right. And then you had said that MC Hammer didn't have any staying power,
None,
right?
because I immediately switched to Snoop Dogg, and he had the hooks to keep me in for even till now.
So, so we did a video on this as well, in which somebody from Bone Thugs and Harmony was discussing how they
Yes,
wanted to get away from positive rap and more
yes,
towards
yes,
negative rap,
yes,
right?
because of the prison industrial complex
To influence how people who listen to the music behaved, basically, right? Summarizing.
to
Uh,
generate profits for prisons. Yes.
right. So influence how people behave. So MC Hammer was way too positive,
Ah,
and he was. This is about the time that Bone Thugs and Harmony. Who was it from Bone Thugs that was saying
crazy.
this? Crazy. So this is about the time Crazy said, which was about the early '90s, right? And this is about when MC Hammer lost his relevance, right?
Didn't he also go bankrupt? Do you think he was canceled
Oh yeah, I
by the
think this
powers
is.
that be?
I think this is directly due to what Crazy was talking about because he was way too positive.
Mm.
I remember watching a video on MTV, him talking about how, or somebody was talking about how MC Hammer had to go more towards gangster rap or he just wouldn't succeed. And
Yeah,
sure enough, like 2 years later, he was filing bankruptcy.
I see. I see.
When by far, just a few years prior, he was the most popular musician on the planet. Right.
Yeah,
So anyhow, this
didn't
is
didn't know all that. So yeah, I appreciate. This is why it's good to have the the older folks. I mean, you're a
wait,
generation ahead.
older,
Well, you're not. Okay,
a
my
little.
contemporaries that happen to know decades ahead of me music. It's good because when I was 10, I wasn't thinking about that, but you
not
were
not
probably
not decades. I
20.
was exactly. It's not decades. It's one decade.
But still, in your 20, you're able to be like, okay,
Sure.
look, read the tea leaves here. When you're 10, you're like, I want to body slam my friend because we're wrestling in the backyard and listen, I can't touch this at the same time.
Well, I only knew half of the story. The other half I just found out about along with you when we watched that crazy video. In terms
But
of
did they
what?
mention him in there?
No, but it certainly
Oh,
stands to reason and logic on what happened to MC
yeah,
Hammer, right?
yeah, definitely.
So so anyhow, if
All
you want to
right,
hit play, we'll see if you like this. I don't
let's
think you're gonna
go.
like this because it's not negative, but we'll see.
I don't necessarily dislike this. All right, here we go.
We got to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. We pray. All my life I wanted to make it to the top. Some said I wouldn't, they told me no, but I didn't stop. Working hard, making those moves every day. And on my knees every night, you know I pray. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. Now I just think that you can do whatever you want. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got the break just to make it today. Diamond, again.
How many how many people were at the MC Hammer concert that you went to?
I would guess 25,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kingdom?
Uh,
Or
T-
you said Tacoma.
Tacoma Dome, it's huge. It was designed specifically for concerts.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and back in the day, they had, just standing room, right, where everybody stood. So
Yeah.
they were packed in there. Um, yeah,
Wow.
minimum 20,000.
Wow.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, have you heard this?
I feel like I might have.
Okay. Do you like it so far?
No,
No, that's what I thought. Okay.
but it's good. It's good.
All right.
It's get the soul.
All right.
Kirk Franklin does stuff like this too.
All right.
I tried to make a way, but nothing happened till that day that I prayed. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. Children dying, also bad from this and that. Need that money, looking at those, smoking that crack. 10 years old, stand outside, play look out. Dead and gone, never had a chance. What's it all about? Oh yeah, we pray.
So, hey,
We
time out.
Yeah.
So that part right there is what Crazy was talking about, right? So he's saying it's immoral, impractical, bad for you, bad for everybody in our culture, right? Doing these things. And that's not what, Crazy was saying that they wanted to be occurring, right?
Yeah.
They wanted more, hey, this is great, do this stuff, right? Basically.
Basically, yes.
So,
And yes, the powers that be took a turn, and it's kind of similar to what Kanye's been saying too.
exactly. So, and, you can certainly see why he was canceled,
We'll
right?
react to one of his next, just to keep the theme consistent.
All right, sounds like a plan, but you can see why he was canceled if what Crazy's saying is true, which I don't doubt.
I don't doubt either.
I
And
mean,
yes,
he
you
should,
could be.
he's chewing out a dude for selling crack and getting 10-year-olds to help him. He's chewing out a dude, for shooting dice, get up and do
Yeah.
something more constructive. And there's, I think, a couple more examples of this through the song. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
to pray
Something to think about.
Yep.
to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We need to pray just to make it today. Oh yeah, we pray. We need to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We need to pray just to make it today. All our visions start to count. Here we go.
But okay, what Crazy said, who's to doubt him? I mean, we weren't there in the room. We don't know.
Sure.
But can't you say the same thing is what sells in media as well? Like bad news? I mean, what do they lead the news segments with? Positive stuff or negative?
So I agree. I agree with everything.
Because I hear
Sure.
you out. What I'm saying is, why does everything have to be a conspiracy? Because everything can be a conspiracy if you connect the right dots. But
Don't doubt that.
I'm
And I
not
don't
sure that's how
disagree.
life works necessarily.
Don't disagree, but here's where it's different, right? So you're watching the news, they're not promoting, right? It's just selling, right? So blood sells, right? But in music, you're more promoting a certain culture,
Mm.
right? There's the
Well,
difference. In my
you could
mind,
argue
there's
the
a
news.
difference.
The news promotes what it wants to
I
lead with.
No, it doesn't promote it like this is good behavior. This is what you want to strive for. They're not doing that. What they're saying, if anything else, is quite the opposite. They're saying, "Oh my God, look at this! 14 people got shot today." Right?
Yeah.
So no, it's quite the opposite. Whereas in rap,
Oh, you're saying that music could be a vehicle for that,
well,
whereas music or
it's more,
news, not so
it's
much.
well, news. It's just because it sells. Horrifying things sell, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
like, do you ever stop to look at an accident, you
I
know?
don't stop, and people that do piss me off, but I will take a 1 second look over as I'm
Right,
driving.
but if nothing's happening, you're not gonna look.
Sure,
Or if
no,
someone's having a good day or something.
and that equates to the news, what you're
Yeah,
describing there. That's the news, right? Where
yeah,
rap is different, it's they're promoting, they're saying, "Hey, this behavior is good. Personify this behavior. Be like
gotcha.
me," which I'm saying, I'm on top of the world with this behavior. So
Okay,
follow me. There's a big difference there in that spectrum.
okay.
Uh, so before you start though, would you agree? I see up in the left hand corner here, it says dance. Is this dance music or is this rap music?
Where do you see in the left-hand corner?
It says dance.
Oh, that's just like,
Wasn't that saying this is dance music?
I guess, I didn't even see it. It's looking like it's supposed to be like a news channel, like breaking news.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he is known for dancing.
Well, yeah, I think this is more kind of, in my opinion, more opposed, to what's rap today. This is certainly not that. Um, and it has more of a,
Until you see Kanye's new stuff.
well, it has more of a beat I like, um,
Yeah,
which I guess is more of a dance vibe.
yeah.
So, all right, I was just curious.
Taking back, keep these words we need to know. Living high, living good, living long. Take a minute, bust a brand new good to go. Oh yeah, we pray. We need to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We need to pray just to make it today. We're sending this one out to the Lord. We thank you, and we know we need to pray. It's all the blessings that are good, they're coming from above. And once again, we want to say thank you to the Lord with all our love. We out here. That's where we pray.
All right, I think you can stop it there. I
Oh,
think
you
you
don't
can
want to see
stop
the
it
rest
there.
of the dancing?
Well, I think they just repeat "pray" over and over. But do notice, so you may want to play a little more. That this is sampled. Well, hang on. This is sampled from "When Doves Cry." I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah, I was trying to think where it's from.
Yeah, it's "When Doves Cry,"
Okay. Yeah,
which is a
thank you
great
for that.
song. Great song.
Of
"When Doves
course.
Cry." So,
Take him to church. Alright, we're good. Yeah, well, I could see why you brought it up, and, definitely a lot to discuss. Um,
one of
in
my favorite
regards to
MC Hammer
the
songs. One of my favorite MC Hammer songs.
yeah, it's a lot to discuss in terms of, Crazy Bones, I guess, standpoint.
Yeah, so I would say, well, first for those who didn't see that video, Crazy Bone talked about how there was a big gathering in Hollywood Hills in which all the influential rap artists of the time, this was the early 90s, I think, late 80s,
Yeah,
early 90s, um, had to come in, sign a CDA, and then they told them what they wanted them to do,
that's right.
which was go very negative in their
Yes,
lyrics
yes,
to influence people to behave a certain way, essentially.
yes, and that's where the stretch comes in, because I understand all of that, the rationale, but I think it's easier to just sell more music, and then rather than worry about let's influence, like, people's behavior. I think these people are actually after making money first.
Well, I don't
Right.
disagree with that. Absolutely don't disagree with that. But you could go down a deeper rabbit hole, really, if you wanted to. I mean, we could talk about this for an hour. Do you think do you think it's at all possible that they were lying to these rap artists on why they wanted to do this.